Hi, welcome back to Wine Mastery. We are going to taste a red wine. It's called Mitravelas. I nearly spat that out. Red on black. So it's a Greek wine. It's a 2022 year, and we're going to taste it now. So let me begin. This is the bottle. You can see here. So red on black. We have tasted a white on grey, which is from the same vineyard, and we really rated that. In fact, I think one of your highest scores, 88, so very high. So I've got high expectations for this particular wine. So it is from Greece. Now I'm going to look at the sheet, and I'm going to try just for the laugh, you understand. I'm going to try and pronounce the grape. And if Des from Wine Scribbler is watching, she's going to laugh. It is Agiorgitiko.
Do you think that it might be Agiorgitiko? Agiorgitiko? I don't know.
Could be. Anyway, you can see it here, and perhaps someone can send us a voicemail and let us know what it, how you do pronounce it.
Please.
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 Let's try the wine.
So let's have a look at the colour. So one of the things, just looking at the colour, it's got quite a lot of legs, and legs doesn't mean anything in terms of quality, but it does normally represent something in terms of alcohol.
Definitely seen a bit of purple in there, John.
Oh yeah, I can see that as well against the white background.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice, deep, rich colour. You know, it looks worthy.
And I don't know why, because it is absolutely by no means a indicator of quality. But I do love seeing the legs sort of coming down the glass. And as I say, I don't know why, because it absolutely means nothing in terms of the quality of the wine or the taste of the wine.
I think it's part of the theatre that comes with it, isn't it? It all goes on. It's a pleasing of all the senses, isn't it? And that's one. If it's looking good, you're ready for it. So, speaking of the senses, let's have a go on the nose.
Let's have a go on the nose. Now, having read the label before, it says there's no oak involved. But if someone hadn't told me that, I would have thought, oh, this has been in wood.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm getting the red berries, but nothing's speaking out into me individually. Nothing saying this is what it is. It's just red berries. But I think I know what you mean by the
red currants.
It's in that.
In that range.
Yeah, within it. It's nothing I said. Nothing is really going. That's what it is. Which is fine. It's got that. I like it. I like that smell. It smells good.
And it's in terms of the sort of strength of the nose. It's not very weak, but it's not very. It's on the bottom of the middle.
Yeah, it's hanging in there.
Yeah.
But it's by no means wowing.
No.
But again, it's not. And again, this is just our opinion. I know we always put that in there.
Do you get a little bit of vegetation?
I think that might be what you're thinking of when you're saying the oak.
Wood. Yeah,
the wood. Sorry, I think that might be what you get in there with that. But I do know what you mean, and I think that might be what you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I mean, that in itself, there's quite a lot to be poking around at in there.
Yeah, true.
It's got something going on. It's not.
We haven't just gone meh. It's something to
something to consider. Right, let's have a go on the old palate.
Okay. Now, if someone hadn't told you where that wine is from, which country would you think?
I'd probably go. I might say Chile. Oh,
really?
Yeah, with a hint of perhaps Spanish, but that's only because that the vegetal kind of stuff you're talking about, which you refer to then as the woodiness. I think I know what you mean by that, and I can also throw that to Spain as well.
All right. And funny enough, my mind went to Italy.
Oh, Italy? Why?
Yeah.
What part of? Not what part of Italy. What part of the wine?
I don't know. I think it's just that woodiness smell, vegetational smell. It just made. I'm trying to think. It's not sort of like a. I think also there's a slight acidity to it.
Okay, I'm thinking because from the look of the nose and the smell. The look of the nose and now the taste here. It's hitting every one of them in the mid range. Not one part of it. We said, oh, that bit's brilliant, that flavour's there. But nor have we said, I'm a bit disappointed with that, We're just like, Yeah, it's hitting the middle mark each time.
Yeah.
Which again, there's nothing wrong with it. There's a market for that. And speaking of which, I think this would be a good beginner red wine as well, because it's veering off not into any particular style. I mean, the tannins are a little bit apparent, but after a couple of tastes, they soften up, and especially if you're having food with that would.
I think if you're having food, for sure, yeah, if you're having food. I think it's a little bit too tannic for someone. I think because people are going from white wine tend to sort of like something that's a little bit softer, I'd say, if they move into the red to begin with.
Almost like a hint of sweetness, which some of the red wines that can have the takeaway from this. I get that, but this not. How much was this one, John?
This one was. Look at the price, £9.50.
Okay, and again, when presented with the price, he does kind of put a different slant on it again every single time. See, for £9.50,
that's 50p below £10.
Is it just? But to be fair, this not particularly a cheap wine, is it?
No.
So
no. So I think the drift that we're getting from this is that each time we say, that's interesting. It's not, at no point have we said this is bad, this is rubbish, this is I don't like that, or I don't like this about it. But we haven't said, wow, this is blowing us away.
Yeah.
It's in that middle band.
Yeah, so as a middle band as well, I'd expect maybe a more middle price than £9.50. I'm not saying £9.50 is expensive or cheap, it's all horses of course, but I would have...
I think also what's affecting my evaluation of this is that I think I'd set the benchmark quite high because we were so impressed with the grey, the white on grey, that has sort of,
maybe... You've automatically come in with the thinking...
Yeah, this is going to be good, this is, yeah. And I have to say that perhaps the other thing that's affecting me is this isn't my particular type of wine. It's not my favourite. So other people will enjoy it much more than me because it's more their style.
Yeah. I mean, I see this again in the description we're giving, and I've just found myself saying in my head saying that's what I think of it, and it was to say I could drink it, but in a kind of shrugging shoulder, I could drink it. Nothing.
Yeah, well, I think you're right that this is one of those wines I think that could really, really sort of explode in colour or in terms of when you start to pair it with stuff.
Yes.
So should we move on to the pairing?
Yeah, I think that might help. I think
You're going to start, shall I?
I'll start because I'm on no cheese, and the one that just immediately jumps into mind because usually I have to think, what about that aspect? What about that aspect? And the one that it's going to sound odd, but Blue Stilton. For some reason, I could imagine the saltiness of the Blue Stilton and that texture, and then I thought, bang, yeah, I think. Not much thinking about that one, but yeah, that's what I go for.
It's funny that whenever you say Blue Stilton, whenever you introduce Blue Stilton as a match, you always say this may seem strange, but I'm going to say Blue Stilton.
Right. I wonder why. I don't know.
I think maybe because as a cheesemonger and as a wine merchant and a cheesemonger, you think of Blue Stilton probably as quite boring because it's one of the mainstream cheese.
There is that.
So you're probably almost slightly embarrassed at recommending it because you'd like to recommend something that's a little bit more...
Yeah, the tweaking and the thing. But again, when we're in the shop, we often say about how you neglect these... your Crumble Lancashires, your Wednesdales, your White Stiltons, you think, it's just like bog standard. But then when you come to them, you remember why they're so good and so popular. Maybe Blue Stilton pops into my mind too much with red wine. Every time it's like, boom, it's like first on the list, and I thought, I don't need to look any further, that's the one.
Well, no, it doesn't pop in your mind. If that's what's going to be the great pair, then it doesn't matter, does it?
Definitely, I'd say a bit Blue Stilton.
Okay. In terms of food, just using the proxy of where it grows, it goes. I was thinking the moussaka, sort of lamb moussaka, with aubergine layers and lamb. I think that would probably go quite well. A lamb dish itself would probably go well.
Yeah.
So maybe even if thinking about possibly even just like a lasagna, an Italian pasta lasagna would also go with that. I think the meat would cut out what actually.
Yeah, I think it's not too big to be taken on the big boys in the cuisine range, is it? So sit nicely there.
Yeah. Excellent, and of course, I guess in terms of power, in Greece, southern Greece is going to be, hot, so the red wine is going to be there for that sort of climate, isn't it? It's not going to necessarily want to be. I've said that, I suppose. Big. Sorry,
you don't want it
too big. No, you don't want it too.
Not at all, John. That's I'm glad we had a modest one there.
Yes, so am I.
Anyway,
Way. So,
scores.
scores on the doors. Scores on the doors. Before we go to scores,
Oh.
let me just ask if you can subscribe. It helps other people find us. So please click the subscribe, click the like button, and that helps Google algorithm get us out to more people who hopefully will also enjoy it, assuming you are. Mm-hmm. Right, well, you probably wouldn't be here this far in the video if you weren't. You clicked off long ago.
You've done well. Well, the scores okay. For me, as through the description I just said, it's okay. Nothing offensive, nothing that's outstanding. So for me, it's going to be a fairly modest. Let's make sure I've got that right. No, there we go. That and that. There we go.
Okay, I'm going to go 78.
Ooh, I was 72.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I like the way you looked at it. Oh, were you?
Oh, were you?
Yeah, as I said, again, it's one of those when I'm doing the score and you have to think, where's that going to fall? You trying to remember the ones that were trying hard, and they probably got just a little bit better score than that. So for that, I'm going to say trying hard. You know, just didn't do a lot. It was okay.
Yeah, I think that my extra six above yours came from the fact that I was really conscious that it wasn't my style of wine, so I didn't want to sort of mark it down too much because I didn't particularly like it, and I think other people will, and also because I was aware of that sort of benchmark I'd set, and I thought I might be marking it down a little bit because, you know, their white was so fantastic, and so that disappointed me. So,
well, that's fair. That's what we're here for.
yeah, that's what I hear. We're not getting it right, but the important thing, of course, is what score would you give it? That's the really important thing. So if you do get a chance to try this wine, please drop a comment below and let us know your score. We're really interested to find out. And so until the next time.
Until the next time, John.
We look forward to sharing another glass of wine with you. Chin chin.
Chin chin.